Good evening. Good evening. I might as well tell you before we start that I was a last-minute booking for this. Terry Wogan was supposed to be here, but he couldn't make it. But he faxed me through his script, so I'll try and do it justice. I think it went something like this. Hello, and welcome to Wogan. And on tonight's show, I'm going to be buggering Alsatians. And shagging pigs. Because the devil's taken over me soul. It's true. I was in my attic the other night, and I was looking through the book of Revelations. And I came across this passage, and it said, "Let he who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast." For it is a human number, and its number is 660.
I am Beelzebub,
father of all things evil.
Your mother cooks socks in hell.
Oh dear. I don't know what possessed me. I do like doing impressions. I like actors from both sides of the Atlantic, American method actors and British dramatists, and I think it's about time they got them together in a brilliant new film.
This week on video, Martin Scorsese presents Just One of Those Days, Asshole, with Robert De Niro and Alan Bennett.
It was one of those goddamn days, you mother-loving asshole. I was walking down the sidewalk, all kinds of goddamn pimps, prostitutes. Some sleazebag mother goddamn friggin' asshole pulled a knife on me. I ripped his head off, shit down his goddamn neck. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those days. What about you, Alan?
Yes, I have had one of those days. My mother sent me to the corner shop for a packet of lemon puffs. And I came back with happy faces.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna burn the goddamn house down, piss on your goddamn friggin' family's ashes.
There's no need for language like that, there really is.
Or?
Next week on video, Vietnam, 1967, a living nightmare. One man is the Terminator. That man is Ronnie Corbett.
Okay, listen up, you guys. We got 24 hours to nail the Viet Cong. They're mean mothers, so watch your ass. Any questions? Yeah, at the back, Officer Corbett.
One question, please, one question. Now, the thing is, I am the Terminator, which means I have to blow people away, which isn't very nice. And, good heavens, it's a little bit embarrassing. But I'm afraid I've gone and lost my gun. I was playing golf in the middle of the jungle, which is a bit difficult, when out from the bushes, jumped a man with a ridiculous haircut, a bit like mine. And he came up to me and he said,
I think it's absolutely bloody disgraceful. The way you're all quite casually sitting down here enjoying yourselves. There are hundreds and thousands of people out there who for weeks haven't even touched a single, let alone an album, by the Boomtown Rats.
I do silly voices, and I do voiceovers behind commercials. The voice. I say things on radio like,
Get down to top, man, today. Crap acrylic sweaters only $3.99. Polyester trousers only $4.99. It's all gotta go.
Which is a bit demoralising, obviously. But, you get used to it.
But you get to recognise a lot of voiceovers. You know, you might hear Richard Bryars, you know, saying, "The new Ford Sierra. Magic room in the back of the kitchen. Golf clubs in the room. Shut it down." He's a strange man, isn't he? A bit odd. And of course, Brian Glover. And he says things like,
Bread's better without chicken out. Chetleys, mate, tea bags, mate, tea.
and the thing is, that's his real voice. Believe it or not. It's because I met him the other day and I said, "Hi, Brian, good friend of yours. You know, I've always admired your work." And he said,
Hello.
I said, "Come on, knock it off. You know, you're not at work now." And he went,
What are you talking about?
oh dear, it's your real voice. But he limits the kind of work he can get, really. He limits the kind of... Brian Glover limits the kind of work he can get, because he couldn't, for example, say...
Voice wrong date, check, Nick.
I don't think anyone would buy Audis or something. Or if he advertised a perfume and said...
Legoist. By Christian Dior.
You think, oh, I bet that smells like shit. My agent rang up and said, "Don't worry, Steve, I've got you a walk-on part on All Creatures Great and Small." And it's great because there's only one line you have to say if you've got a small part in that, of the audition. There's only one line, and it's this, it's...
Morning, Mr. Elliot.
And if they like that line, they give you a second line, a bit more interesting, and it's this, it's...
Sure, right, Mr. Elliot. We don't need your help round here, thanks very much. I may be a stereotyped, stubborn northerner who mistrusts southerners, but I've got my pride and dignity. And yes, you were right, it was the calf's foot after all, but can't express my emotions openly. Obviously, being a stereotyped stubborn northerner. So my own twee way, I've brewed you a bottle of carrot wine.
And there was a bit of an argument on the set. There was a bit of an argument because the director said, "Look," he said, "I've been all the way through this script," he said to the scriptwriter, "and, you know, there's not one arm up a cow's bottom. You know, this is why people watch it, you know, let's write one in." And so they did, and then James turned up and he went, "Right, where is she?" "OK, in we go."
He said, "But Mr. Eddie, there's nothing wrong with the cow's bottom."
He said, "No, it always comes back to the bottom."
He said, "But I called you about my chickens, Mr. Eddie."
Like I say, I do these voices, and I saw an advert in the paper recently, and it said, "Voice artist required to overdub crap early 70s foreign films." So I thought, that's the job for me. And I went along for the interview and said, you know, "Is this the interview for overdubbing crap early 70s foreign films?" And the guy came to the door and said,
Yes, come in. Sit down. So, want to overdub crap early 70s foreign films, eh?
and I said, I had a bit of a laugh, you know, and I said, "Yes, do you think I'm cut out for the job?" And he said,
No, you got it all wrong. You shouldn't be at all in sync with your movements. And when you lose your temper...
yeah. So I said to him,
Is this okay? Is this so? Amigo?
and he said, "You've got the job." He said, so particularly like the Amigo on the end. Very nice. So there we went in. I went into the studio, and for reasons of economy, you have like a couple of actors go on the screen, and you do both the voices. And the actor came on and said,
Miguel, do we do the raid tonight? Or tomorrow morning?
and the other guy said,
I told you. Tine and tine and tine and tine again. And tine again. And again.
yeah, and got the sack. Yeah.